Hello, welcome, Cabbage here. In Nier Reincarnation, we have the third Director's Desk letter here. So let's have a look. And this one will be in English, so that's nice because it'll be easier for me and for you to understand. But I'm a little worried about the translation because a lot of times with these letters, they can say as much or more by what they don't say than what they do say. So we have to kind of read between the lines, and then maybe some of the nuance there might be lost in the translation. But I'm not going to compare the Japanese to the English. We'll just read the English and then trust what's going on. Okay, but we have this slide for the roadmap. June is just about over, so Dragon Guard 3 is ending. We got the comic on Twitter, and then new extra hard modes. Fine. July, new chapter for Sun and Moon is coming, as well as a new way to strengthen your characters. New awakening feature. We can see some like crystal looking things there. And the summer event. And then in August, 1.5 year anniversary, since the game was released in Japan. I wonder if they'll do anything for the 1 year anniversary for global. Since the versions are more or less caught up, I don't know if they will do something about that. New endgame content, model viewer, and then September and onward, not too much info there. Okay, let's go into some of the more in-depth announcements. And I was reading through this and I was so overwhelmed by the number of announcements and sort of kind of the implications for the change of the game that, I don't think I'll be able to say everything I want to say in this video. Whatever I say, it won't be enough. But it's all a preview, so as it comes out, we can take a more concrete look at stuff. I can talk about that then. But yeah, my overall impression is that with these changes, it feels like the game is stepping it up a notch. Yes, for like character enhancement and stuff, but also in terms maybe of how the company feels about the game. Like, this is not a game in trouble getting all of these improvements and changes. But I felt like the game, when it started, the first year and a half, maybe it was just kind of a small pet project. They just said, like, let's make the mobile game that we want to make. We don't know if it's going to be popular or successful. And it seems to be popular and successful enough that they're going to want to put in all of this stuff. So yeah, kind of the game is putting on its big boy pants, and we'll see how it plays out. Alright, Awakening and new high difficulty content. New endgame content will be added for 1.5 year anniversary. That's cool. We're clearing floor 40 of the tower. Some of us are doing it with solo characters. We're getting like top scores in the subjugation, so people are butting up against the end of the current endgame content. Alright, Awakening. When you summon a weapon that you already own, you will receive Awakening Stones for that character. So this is a new way to improve characters. And so here, by looking at what they say and what they don't say, we can see that we get the Awakening Stones when we summon the character. So using books on a character, like generic books, is not going to give us Awakening Stones. So that's an important distinction there. And then it's saying that we're getting the stones for the character, not the costume. That is probably an important distinction as well. So like if we pull Bloody Akeha, maybe we'll just get credit for just Akeha herself. And then maybe we can awaken the character and then get improvements to all of the costumes, if that makes sense. And then, yes, when we summon, then we'll get both the Ascension materials and then Awakening materials when we get a duplicate. Awakening Stones to increase the Awakening level. So it might not be just like you collect enough for the Awakening and then you just go and you get everything. It might be several levels of Awakening, so that's good and bad. You don't get it all at the first, which is kind of bad, but then you also don't need to collect everything in order to see some kind of improvement. But raising the character's awakening level brings stat increases, new abilities, and a new type of equipment called debris. So, is this a new form of the character? Is this like, 7 stars, or level 120, or whatever? That remains to be seen. I don't see in here, for example, like, we'll be able to take characters to level 99 or 100, but it might be enough of a change to call it a new form. And then stat increases for awakening your character will differ based on their costumes. So this is more evidence that we are, awakening the character, and then all of the attached costumes will also get improvements. But the number of stats will be different, and that makes sense. Some characters will benefit more from HP, others will benefit more from more attack. And awakening stones for characters can be attained from means other than summons. Okay, that's cool. Events, dark memory quests, fine. Okay, debris. By fully awakening your character, you can receive a new type of equipment called debris. Debris have various effects, but only one debris can be equipped to a character. Even though debris can be attained by awakening specific characters, they can be equipped to any character. So, this might be like spheres from Brave Frontier, or Trustmasters from Final Fantasy Brave Exvius. And Nier Reincarnation so far, it's been kind of simple actually, as far as like character customization or like equipping stuff onto characters. But this debris thing will be a big step in expanding that. And then depending on like how much these debris items will like change how a character plays, that could really expand like team building or like battle strategy. If it's like Pokemon, where you can teach new skills, that could really expand the breadth of the gameplay, maybe especially for PvP. Could be fun. And then I see on Japanese Twitter, they don't know what debris means. They don't use debris as a loan word in Japanese, so it's been funny looking at their reactions there. Compensation for previous duplicates. This is interesting because 5 years ago this wouldn't have happened. But after maintenance, to add awakening, they will send out awakening stones to players based on the number of duplicate characters they summoned prior to the addition of the awakening feature. So they're going to go back and they're going to award us for things that we have done up to now. This is generous, Best case scenario, they write some special code to go through our accounts and see how many duplicates we've pulled. Worst case scenario, for the developers at least, they'll go through manually everybody's account and then count up how many duplicates they've pulled. But yeah, we don't have to worry about, having wasted, quote-unquote, wasted pulls from before. And then we can get the credit there. But there are players out there that have, played a long time, they've pulled a lot, and they got multiple duplicates. So I wonder how many of these duplicates we're going to need in order to get the max awakening. It might be a lot, based on my feeling here. I don't know or think if the developers want people to fully awaken characters just from day one of having access to the awakenings. Okay. Oh, and I just saw in the news that there will be maintenance tomorrow, I believe, where there will be preparation for the arrival of Awakenings. So we don't know exactly when Awakenings will be implemented in the game, but they're getting ready for it anyway. Okay, details for high difficulty content that will be added to the 1.5-year anniversary. Highest difficulty, game has seen, that's cool. Let's see, completing challenges, so maybe like single plays, or like, 2-3 plays, however many times it takes to get the challenges, rather than grinding. Content focuses on individual characters. I hope this doesn't mean that you play with individual characters like one-man teams. I think it's more fun to play with a full team. But maybe you go in there, and then it will give you costumes or stories for the individual characters. New stories, new costumes, and characters will be added to this content over time. So maybe we can beat this high difficulty stuff, get exclusive costumes, like unlock new costumes of characters, and then characters will be added to this content over time. This might mean that they might do a slow rollout for this high difficulty content, not everybody all at once. Gameplay has not changed since subjugation battles, but this will play very differently. I don't know what they could do. It might be funny if they went whole hog with the, facing each other, like good guys on the right, bad guys on the left, and like a true ATB sort of a look. And like, what if they got rid of like the active ATB like we have now and just like made it wait? And so like you could select, I want to do this skill, or I want to attack like here. What if they made it play like Final Fantasy Brave Exvius? I don't expect that at all, but that might be funny if they did do that. Or what if they made something like where you can walk around as the character, like through the cage, and then like fight guys or something? But yeah, this will be very interesting. Looking forward to that. Okay, total forced increase. In addition to the awakening feature, they will up the amount of handbooks they will hand out. This is cool. I think up to now, like a lot of content, it hasn't been necessary to play with level 90 characters in order to get through. But maybe going forward, it will become more necessary. So they want people to be able to do that, so maybe they'll hand out more handbooks. And event quest costumes. Costumes that can be obtained from event quests from now will have higher stats than before. So we might be seeing the end of 3-star handout costumes. They might be all 4-star from now, so that they're more usable, more viable in different content. This will apply to the events from July and onward. So maybe they'll make this multi-step that they have now in Global a monthly thing. So yeah, free 10-shot there, and then the discounted second shot, which I think everybody should pull. You'll get some handbooks from that too. And Ascending and Awakening Dark Memory characters. Because this is separate, it might be like disconnected from the previous awakening that we saw before. Like maybe we can awaken a character, like Akiha, we'll get more stats or whatever for Bloody Akiha. But perhaps the Dark Memory Akiha will not be touched, and we need to do something else to awaken that. I wouldn't be surprised if that happens. But they will offer Dark Memory specific warfare texts. Before we've been using the generic texts in order to upgrade them. But they say they will be available for the Dark Coin exchange. So that might be a reason to want to save the coins and not turn them in for the lavender cubes. And I knew it was going to happen. I've already been seeing it on Japanese Twitter, but people are saying that they want refunds for the generic books that they used on the Dark Memory characters. I think there's a very low chance that that's going to happen. And then I think it's fine because you're getting value by getting the character sooner using the generic handbooks. It's like people that say they buy something at full price and then later it goes on sale and they're like, I was ripped off. But no, if you got value out of it before it went on sale, then yeah, I think that's fine. People were telling me to wait to give the handbooks to Dark Memory Noelle, but I wanted to use her today, so that's why I gave it to her there, and I've been enjoying using her. And also, I just have so many other Dark Memory characters that I could give these Dark Memory handbooks to, that I'm not very worried about it at all. However, I guess that the Dark Memory specific texts will be very, very expensive, trading Dark Memory coins for them. I wouldn't be surprised if a set of 10 was 100k, just like a Lavender Cube. So yeah, that's not going to happen more than once or twice a month. Okay, maintenance. Yeah, there's the maintenance. Preparing for Awakening. And new chapter, Sun and Moon. This, I think, is going to be the last chapter. I think they said it was going to be 4 in all. So maybe here we'll get a chance to play the other story, either as the boy or the girl. And then they say they will add 2 characters to the Dark Memory quests. So yeah, that would be another chance to use more cubes. New dungeon as well. And that's it for the letter. Oh, there was kind of a preview of the character viewer that the director put up on Twitter. And it looks like they're going to put in like backgrounds. It might be you can choose your background, choose your lighting, so that would be cool. But yeah, those are some thoughts on the director's letter. Very interesting times coming ahead. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again. Take care.